All right, so it's pretty cold outside and our furnace is running. The airflow is running, but our furnace is not igniting and kicking on and throwing heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that apart, and I'm gonna see what kind of airflow issue I have and what I believe is possibly a sail flow switch issue, or it could be a airflow issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that apart, and I'll show you what it's doing, the symptoms, and we'll walk through this. So, not sure if this can be heard very well, but our furnace kicks on, the fan starts blowing, but our heat is not blowing. So we're gonna try and fix that right now. So this is our furnace access panel. We have 4 screws here and then 4 around here. So what's interesting about this is that we are in Rocky Fork Ranch in Ohio, and it is supposed to get down to probably close to 30 degrees tonight. It did say snow flurries maybe because it's been raining nonstop, and I don't know if that's what's going to be happening, but I'm going to go ahead and get this panel taken off, and once I get this panel taken off, we'll go ahead and check it out. We have this screen on here, and it's to protect from keeping wasps or other insects from going in there. We cover both of these, so we highly recommend that because mud daubers like to get in there depending on how long your RV's parked. Ours isn't parked that long, but you never know. So in order to get that off, there's this nice little tool, and as you can see, it's made to go ahead and push on these little springs that are in here, and then that's how you get these off. So I always like to go straight down the middle of the spring itself, and once I do that, it's very difficult to see, but it basically unhooks them. And now you can see this is off, and it is a Dometic. So I believe my first thought is right in that it is probably a sail flow switch. So let's get this panel off. All right. Okay, let's use your electric drill. You can pull these off, and you'll be in a much better mood by the time you get these undone. If you're trying to screw it with your fingers, it's going to take a little bit of time. So these last 4 are the last ones up. Didn't go too far. Get each of these taken out. So one thing that I noted is that when you do pop this off, it's on here pretty good. So it seals on there very nicely. So you just want to be careful not to bend it. But if you pop this off, all right, I have all 4 of the screws out. This is sealed onto here pretty good, so you really want to pull that off. So like I was saying, you really got to give this a good pull. When you do, it slides out. So once you slide that out, so my expectation is that behind here, I'll probably find that something is clogging or blocking the sail flow, and it's just a little switch. So if something gets in there, and we travel quite a bit, I don't know how long it could be. Well then, now that's a unique thing that I need to figure out what's going on. And did a mouse get in here? I do have all the power off, so I'm just gonna start pulling all this out. It does look like it was a mouse that was in here. Hopefully he's not still in here. But that definitely could cause part of the issue. But see what we got here. So this is the sail flow switch. And what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna see if I can't pop that off of here. Look at all the screws, see what's there. I'll get that popped off. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this sail flow switch covering. And once I have that removed, see what's behind it. So pull that off. Bet I couldn't do that again. And then once, this is the switch right here. So it basically makes contact, and once it makes contact, it basically pushes that out. So because it seemed like maybe there's not enough airflow, the real key to this is that this is a safety mechanism, and what it does is when this fan on the inside spins, it creates airflow. That airflow blows against this, and what it does, it blows against this sail flow switch. And so when it blows against this sail flow switch, it will open up like that, and that's what turns on your ignition for your furnace. And so by doing that, it means that there is enough airflow coming through here to blow this little switch open or shut or create connectivity, and therefore your furnace will kick on. So I'm gonna bet, based on what I can see, there's nothing that is blocking this anymore. There's nothing inside of this airflow system that I can see as well. So I'm gonna take a little better look at it, and then I'll see what happens here when I get this all put back together. So, all right, so like I did taking this out, this basically goes inside of here and slides in. I will put the screws back in, get this all put back together, and we'll fire it up to see what's happening. And then also I've looked at my board. I don't see any other issues from that mouse situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all put back together, and then we'll fire it up, see what we get. All right, so I got it all back together. As you can see, just like I said, I put the fuse back into the system, and I'm gonna go ahead and have my wife turn the system on, and we'll make sure that the furnace fires up like expected. So, see what we get. The fan should kick on, and the air should blow, and then in about 30 seconds or so, we should feel the furnace itself kick in, and you'll hear it. There it is. Okay, so that's going to be put on my pre-departure checklists from now on, because that can be a dangerous situation. The whole purpose for that sail flow switch right there is to ensure there's enough airflow. If there's not enough airflow, that means that there's some blockage and that there could potentially be a fire. And having a mouse house in there with that very fine material, that could have been a fire hazard. It definitely was a fire hazard, but nothing happened, so thank God for that. But hope you learned something here, how to do it. Remember, these things are sealed on here, so this has never been opened, and you're gonna have to use a little bit of muscle here and there, but don't bend your covers or anything. If you got any other experiences or anything you want to make comments on, just leave comments down below. So I appreciate you watching, and hopefully we don't have any more problems. Hopefully it'll get nice and toasty inside now, and we don't have to worry about it being cold outside. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Tanks full, where is empty?